Carl teases Lancelot?
I don't think they're going to ban out a carry at this point. Like, well,
Or is it too
potentially that could be
early?
a possibility, but it seems like the trend is banning out the tanks, the frontliners, the supports. Look at that. Oh, just out of the gate, BREN Esports ban out the Hilda, the Jawhead, two of the best tanks here in the MPLI. Possible, quote-unquote, tank option in a no-tank setup. Natalia gets taken out by Aura PH. Barrett gets taken out. Strong pickup here for Flat Easy at times. So Aura PH might consider banning out the Brody. They won't ban out the Yuzong or the Tams, but if they do, potentially, they'll take out the Harith. Take out a strong flex pick for BREN Esports.
But is it gonna be okay? Brody, as expected, first pick and open, one of the triple Bs that you wanted in your team.
And now Aura PH here, a lot of things they could go for. They can lock in the Alice early. We've seen teams play Alice in the mid, but then most likely that's going to be a Benny QT Alice unless Aura PH has something prepared, something surprising in their hands. Since the tanks were banned out here, I think BREN Esports is trying to bait out a tank pick up here early for Aura PH. Potentially the Akai. Lunox is open, something that they don't want to give to BREN Esports, a Lunox and a Brody. So Aura PH might lock in, surprisingly, a Lunox and Esmeralda as their first two picks here.
Yeah, Esmeralda is left open. They should be taking advantage of this one, but Athams and Selena. So this might be a BREN's Esmeralda, or that Farsa who can just look for the bigger targets. Oh!
Yeah, and Cho gets secured here by BREN Esports. Of course, Aura PH do not want to give Selena to Few, one of the best Selena players you have ever seen or have not seen just yet. So we're going to be seeing that most likely in the hands of JP. Maybe even a great Selena. We've seen it at times. The Tams pick up, of course, because of the numerous side laners starting to get banned out here, or banned out early on by both of these two teams. Want to lock that in early. Aura PH might lock in the Yuzong at this point. But it seems like, again, something that BREN wants Aura to go for. Because you're not going to pick a Farsa with a Yuzong open.
Oh, Alice.
They decide to go for the Alice instead. They still have a strong dive option to get to that Farsa, though. So, still good pickups by both of these two teams.
Beefy, frontliners, Thams, and Alice. Esmeralda being banned out, you might also expect a Yisun Shin that's mostly paired up with a Farsa,
Your team
Ling, or this might be a Lancelot deny, since he already got the Ling being removed.
And for BREN Esports, though, it seems like, oh yeah, they can still pick up one more core, but the fact that they have a tank Joe on their hands here, going for a triple core setup might be a little bit too much. They might be happy with just the Brody and the Farsa here, but instead they might pick up a strong side laner with strong burst. They might pick up the Lapu Lapu here.
Yes,
as an
Lapu Lapu is
option.
open.
Good ban by Aura.
Yes, they understand that might be one of the potential, but it's still, you got the Yuzong and Khalid,
Still open, yeah.
both fighters that can play onto the side. But to ban it out, who's going to be?
Could be a Khalid ban for BREN.
Yeah,
Just so that you take out another tank option for Aura PH. Doesn't leave a lot of tanks open here, but they ban out the Claude, so you take out a double carry option. So what they're trying to force in here is a Selena Green and a JP, potentially a JP Alice. They take out the Claude to decrease the flexibility that Aura PH has, because they could have put Claude into the side lane or the jungle and then Alice somewhere else. A lot of flexibility.
even Tiger
Options
is
here
open.
for Aura PH. Tiger is open, yeah, so that could be picked up by Aura. We've seen them pick it up in the past.
But one thing about the lineup right now, I'm not seeing Raflicia's name.
Oh yeah, Raflicia isn't playing for Aura PH, so again, still, he's not playing in this matchup right now. It's still going to be Green, Benny, QT, Kilowatt, Hades, and JP. So yeah, you called it earlier, Lancelot is going to be the pickup for Aura PH for their carry. BREN Esports still need the side laners. They might, Yuzong, again, Khalid still open. Chang'e is the pickup here. So this is going to be a side lane Chang'e or a side lane Farsa. One of those can be flexed. And they pick up the Yuzong, favorite hero there for Flat DC.
This can be Khalid or
Tig, unless, yeah,
Tig
Khalid or
or
Tig if they're going for more of the traditional tanks.
yeah. But this is a really big artillery or lineup for BREN.
Yeah, a lot of distance.
Yes, you got Feathered Airstrike, you got Chango, you got Brody's.
You got Yuzong to push everyone back.
Yeah.
And so, okay, hello there. Aura PH pulling out the Diggy, and that's gonna be JP on the Diggy. So that's either gonna be a mid Diggy or a support for a gold lane Diggy, and it is a Greed Selena, a Benny Cutie Alice, a Kilowatt Tams, and a Hades Lancelot. Of course, who better than these two teams to surprise us with off-kilter drafts? We've been seeing some very, I want to say predictable, but
yeah,
very standard drafts all throughout the day. But now here comes BREN and Aura, surprising with some picks.
They got back way back with those kind of drafts, and it was really unexpected. I'm not ready to see Diggy back here at MPLI.
You were the one who said earlier, though, that Aura PH might just do it. You jinxed it, man.
There's no Replesia.
Now we're surprised.
There's no Replesia, so I'm expecting. But then again, the soul of the Diggy player lives on as we are going into the Line of Dawn. Game 1, Aura PH versus BREN Esports.
So Few is going to be holding down the mid with Asachanga, so it is a side lane Sparta for Rebo here. And JP is going to be playing a mid Diggy with Retribution. So it's a double Retri setup here for Aura PH. And that's going to be a lot of damage onto JP's Diggy. Still trying to avoid it, but then first blood there. Philippines brought out a Diggy strat, meaning that Diggy's just going to keep getting killed. It doesn't matter because at some point, past 8 kills, past 9 deaths, I mean, Diggy's not going to be supplementing gold anymore. So this is just going to be... Is this the classic Diggy strat once again by Aura PH?
Yeah, it feels like it is, as they are repeatedly ganging up onto this Diggy without an answer, but Lancelot is just free farming the buffs. There's no big deny onto the side of BREN.
And now JP trying to go for the kill. Look at that, he might actually get a kill with the Graltizi, but the basic attacks enough for Graltizi to take him down, and no retribution again. But now it's going to be JP going straight for Graltizi. And look at that, the hesitation by BREN Esports to secure their own buffs because Diggy has that retribution. Who else than Coach Arcadia to bring out something weird, something unique like that? Another kill on that Diggy, but then little by little you're going to be noticing that Diggy not giving gold to the side of BREN Esports, and all he can give for Aura PH is information time and time again. Here comes Green with the Abyssal Arrow. Finally a kill there onto that Chang, that's going to be 2 kills for Aura PH. Lusty, Graltizi even going down in another part of the map. As Fuel going down, and Aura PH secures the purple buff of BREN Esports.
They got a setup, they got the backup as Hades rotated after the 2 buff. It was go time for this guy. They looked for the information, and JP keeps providing one. Took a bit of a delay in taking the blue for the BREN Esports side. Aura called it and started the fire.
And now Aura raining fire. Speaking of raining fire, Rebo with a feathered airstrike, giving distance for Rebo and himself there. BREN and Aura not able to secure that turret break there, or at least deplete it even more. Greed with the Abyssal Arrow spot on the Graltizi, but the damage from Few is there. Graltizi damaging Greed as well. Greed has to ease it up. Now checking the items here. Seems like it's going to be the Chang'e in the lead here in terms of the economy. JP is going to go down as well, but honestly, we don't need to keep calling that. This is the Diggy strat of Aura PH. And look, Aura PH have evened up the gold, or close to keeping the gold close for this match. A lot of things are close here in this matchup. But what's happening right now is that the Turtle has spawned another kill on the Diggy by that Yuzong. That's 10 deaths. That's no gold whatsoever you're getting from killing this Diggy.
And with the ban, Hilda, it kind of opens a lot in terms of picking the Diggy strat again.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And we've seen, of course, repeatedly right there. But fair highlight right now, Benny Cutie just farming it up, being safe.
Random execution committed by that Lancelot. Here in the Black Dragon form. to give room for BREN Esports to potentially secure this turtle right now.
Oh,
no one's
arrow.
going for the turtle. Abyssal Arrow lands onto Carl TZ. Carl TZ's only level 3. That's an interesting thing that we haven't pointed out just yet. But now JP, Time Journey, committing that as well. Still trying to deal damage to Carl TZ. Look at how stunted the growth and the farm of Carl TZ is. Yes, he has 7 assists. Yes, he has 2 kills, but he's barely getting any farm because the Diggy isn't giving him any gold. He can barely get his own buffs here because Diggy's always there to just disrupt. And now this might be a turtle secured by Aura PH, stolen away by Kilowash and BREN Esports. The nightmare continues for Carl TZ, not able to farm up and not able to secure objectives for his team. BREN, the Diggy strat once again, Aura PH. Welcome to the international scene. I'm pretty sure a lot of viewers elsewhere are completely just dumbfounded. What the heck is happening? But to keep it simple, JP on that Diggy, not providing any gold at all. The stun and the damage onto the Diggy, taken out. A kill for the Brody, no gold for him. Benny Cutie eats one feathered airstrike, but not enough. But once again, Carl TZ still barely able to get his own buffs. But finally able to secure that purple buff for himself. A spot out here by Greed and Hades, chasing after Rebo, who gets taken out, and that's going to be the turret 3 for Aura PH in the top lane.
Hades again and again was able to look for the kills. And this Diggy, after that, after that steal from the turtle, no retribution being used. It was just raw damage from Kilowash.
Raw damage is what BREN Esports is lacking right now as Aura PH have not that much of a substantial gold lead, but just enough.
Oh,
Great
Greed.
Abyssal Arrow by Greed. A killing spree for Greed, taking out Carl TZ, who's 4-2-8 right now. Feather there, second to the bottom lane. Revo versus Kilowatt, but Kilowatt has that Counter Inferno to sustain all that damage. And Aura PH have a lead here. Make a kill there though for Flap TZ. BREN still trying to scramble and find a way to stop this Aura PH onslaught from continuing. The Diggy strat playing really well into the hands of Aura early on in this game.
Yeah, it's just JP who's working as a walking ward. You can drop arrow, you can drop anything just to stop this. I mean, the Diggy's vision is fairly good. That he knows the rotation, every movement of BREN. And if you kept him alive, if you're going to ignore this guy, he's just gonna drop some rewinds. He's just gonna drop the bombs.
Lusty with the way of the dragon onto Hades and a monster kill for FafTZ. And now BREN Esports are fighting back. They're trying to bite back, but Alice just took out that Brody. Here comes Benny Cutie, the side laner, and the double kill. Greed falling really low, but Benny Cutie is still alive. Was shut down by JP on that Diggy onto the Yuzong. Aura PH still in a comfortable spot in this matchup here.
And this is really looking bad as right now, putting all of those efforts into the turtle. And yet again, it was Hades who got bursted down by BREN Esports. Didn't really expect that he's going down. JP once again going back in life.
Did he got the purple buff. He got the purple buff before he went down.
And yes, he got the
my
retribution. It wasn't cooldown. He was able to secure it and then just denies completely the blue buff.
Classic Diggy strategy we're seeing from Aura PH. This
Oh,
last
Brody.
to kill onto the Brody. Abyssal Arrow is not going to connect there by Greed. Bottom lane is getting pressured out there by Kilowash. And again, BREN Esports still hasn't broken a tower. It's a slow game, but look at that. Feathered airstrike. Kilowash though able to secure that orange buff. And this is just pure jungle control now by Aura PH. Carl TZ, 4-4 and 10, but he has barely farmed up. A stun there. Abyssal Arrow connects. Very cute. Greed going in. Flap TZ trying to survive. Able to get away with that black dragon form. Well, green dragon form at this point because of the green dragon. Thanks Butters, by the way. I'm pretty sure Butters was able to, you know, the one who inspired Moon
cemented it himself as one of the best creatives, best designer of dragons.
And look at that, another Abyssal Arrow connecting by Greed, but of course too risky to go for the follow-up here.
10 seconds.
And this is the poison that we were worried about that Aura PH might bring out, that BREN Esports might not be ready to go up against. BREN though, familiar with the Diggy strat, they know that this is a possibility that Aura could bring out, but Aura just playing it to the point where BREN is having a hard time to find a counter here. Or agreed
Oh!
once again. Beautiful user of the Abyssal Arrow now on cooldown. Let's see if we're going to be able to secure this objective as Benny Cutie and JP have completely zoned out Few, Rebo, and Carl TZ. This is going to be another free turtle for Aura PH as they continue the onslaught. Chasing after Lusty, who gets stunned by the Abyssal Arrow.
Phantom execution!
Beautiful Abyssal Arrow and follow-up by Aura PH. Greed opening it up. Carl TZ gets mega killed there. A mega kill for the Selena. And it's just Flap TZ left alive to get the kill onto who? JP on that Diggy, who is not providing any gold whatsoever for BREN Esports.
This Diggy is annoying, getting all the information that they need, and freely Aura PH can just do what they want. It was Haste again and again, was looking for the key targets, and backed up by Greed with all those arrows.
Ooh. Aura PH.
Didn't really expect this one. The poison, we've talked about this. Yes, it's a fairly a new roster, but then again, didn't really expect we're going back.
Yeah.
Memories bring back.
Yeah.
Old tricks.
New faces, old tricks, JP.
And the thing about that is they are also burning ultimates. Wave the Dragon for a Diggy.
Yeah, as we look at the instant replay here, a great play by Aura PH. A kill there, secured by Greed with the help of his Abyssal Arrow, followed up by the Phantom Execution of Hades, the Demon King. Aura Fire. Spell PH. A Spell Fire with a PH, no liar. Aura just in control, but Benny Cutie's gonna get spotted out here. The stun while the Wizard turns and forced out. That's gonna be ultimates used by BREN Esports, and it seems like Aura PH are gonna be looking to turn this around, but that's a double kill for BREN Esports. And look at BREN turning around, going for the chase. Kilowatt with the God of Inferno, trying to stay alive. Greed is there. Hades still has his buffs, can deal the damage. Phantom Execution dancing in, diving in. Not going to be able to secure enough damage out of the key targets. And Aura PH have to be careful for things like that, because BREN Esports can turn it around in their faces if they're not careful.
Yes, and right now, Benny Cutie being caught out. This Alice isn't really as strong as tank for now. But going into mid to late game, this will be as annoying as how that Diggy going inside the base. Checking even more, Lancelot just really taking the buff, or I mean waiting for a setup. Lusty, Horned Rose.
A lot of damage coming from that Lancelot, but Lusty's still alive. And look at that, Lusty's only level 9? That's only a level 9 show. That's a tag here for BREN Esports. Hades already sitting at level 14, and
you don't want to sit as a tank on. You don't want to be under level.
Yeah.
You are losing a lot of scaling from your health, and also scale in terms of your damage.
Yeah, but this is pretty much, I think BREN is playing Lusty's tank show at pure utility, finally able to pick up the immortality. They're just gonna look for the knockups. They're just gonna look for the way of the dragon pickoffs. That's what BREN needs, and that's what Lusty needs to do. Get the Lancelot, maybe get the Alice, maybe get Greed, but Lusty in a bad spot here. Aura PH has all the information in the world as to where the rest of BREN Esports are. JP has just been non-stop and providing information for Aura PH.
There's a legal map hack. A legal map hack right now.
A legal map hack, indeed.
They got the vision, a walking ward right now. JP just enjoying. Yes, kill me. I'll just go ahead and move. No clutch moments for a time journey. I just provide information up to you guys how you're going to maximize it. But BREN ePro having a hard time answering this. Flap TZ, arrow into the face, but Greed, no damage yet for this Selena to entirely finish this tank Yuzong.
And now BREN Esports still trying to find a way to do what Blacklist International does, and that's break the code. They can't seem to break the code against Aura PH right now. The gold is still relatively close. Just a 4K gold lead here for Aura PH, but again, this could be another objective. BREN Esports somehow stealing this away could be a difference here. JP gets taken down, but they can't even get close. Few, Carl TZ is in the back. Carl TZ trying to go for the steal. Can Carl TZ do it? No, he cannot. That's going to be secured by Hades, and Carl TZ really low. Feathered airstrike. That's going to be Lusty with the way of the dragon. They kill Hades. Hades and JP are down. Brody is down. Carl TZ is down, but Benny Cutie is alive with a Blood Ode. Few could be up next here, but Greed and Kilowatt, the rest of Aura can't finish him off. As Few able to get away. BREN Esports only lose one. That's a 2-for-1 trade, but Aura wins because they secured the Lord.
Good play once again from BREN, securing the kill against Hades. And good check on this guy. But then again, that Lord is still in their hands. Feathered airstrike being committed. As the Lord marching into the top side, even the Meteor Assault.
Now, Aura PH, if they play their cards right, they can potentially break the top lane turret or one of the third-tier towers. They need to secure third-tier tower. Good pick up there by Green with the Abyssal Arrow. Feathered airstrike committed. Just to rain it down to the Lord. The Lord going straight for the tower here, but Aura PH cannot get close to deal damage onto the turret. They got no more minion waves, so now Aura PH has to back off, but Kilowash is able to split push that bottom lane. And nope, he is not able to break the tower either, so BREN Esports still has their third tiers.
Yes, and they got good amount of clear to entirely play against with this push game. But then again, the second tower securing by secured by Aura PH. This Diggy is completely going around, giving a big multi-kill for Rebo, but the streak is there, the gold is there. If ever Rebo will be the ones that's being cashed out by Aura PH. Seems of a really good move of giving a lot of gold for one person and then shutting him down. You're getting a lot from there.
Yeah. And now, look at BREN Esports spamming the Aura Fire Stickers for just a little bit of a, how do I say this? Not trash talk, but just trying to taunt Aura into doing something that they're gonna regret.
As for Aura Fire, still JP still there. Here comes the flowing blood, the blood. Oh, as they are jumping in past the Thorn grows in front. The green dragon form in front of them, but Hades being played all around, trying to be invincible with the Thorn Growth, but they're opening the base. They're going to push even further. This is going to be the base. Aura PH taking game one with the Diggy strat.
The poison is real, and it's flowing into the veins of BREN Esports as the Diggy strat, pulled out here by Aura PH, works. Opens it up, and look at there, the secret weapon, Reflection in slippers and jammies. My goodness, Aura PH, wow, surprising everyone with a Diggy strat, yet again, pulling it off.
Yes, and that's the play from Aura, much needed poison, and we've talked about this countless times. We are surprised as how those memories bring back you with a Diggy play. BREN, yes, they absolutely got the game. They also
Flap going to the side lane. XP has at times the Carl TZ gonna be playing it out from the jungle as the carry. I like the lineup that Aura PH has, but I feel like the BREN Esports lineup has a potential early on if you can land the Abyssal Arrows.
yes.
To set the tempo early. But then definitely BREN Esports, this is a mid to late game comp, and that's when they can really just throw down against Aura PH.
And this is Fuse Selena. We've seen this countless times, feels like a client trace. And who are you going to root for game 2? I mean, it's fairly big advantage for BREN, but then again, Aura, this is the first time they're going to execute it without the Diggy.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the
Well,
battlefield.
for Aura
Smash
PH,
them.
they gotta be aggressive early on or go fight
Welcome
for control
to
early on,
Mobile
because
Legends.
definitely if you can delay the mid to the late game off the lineup of BREN, this is gonna be easier. Few though, we've seen Selena's, especially Frizz and Selena earlier, if you can land steals, land Abyssal Arrows, secure kills early, steal buffs early, then definitely BREN Esports can take, that is their way to take control of this game early. But then again, that's easier said than done. This is a mid to late lineup. They're gonna be waiting to scale. They're gonna be waiting to get their items on. For Aura PH on the other hand, I feel like they have a good lineup all throughout.
Yeah.
However, if the Esmeralda gets pressured too much by BREN, like let's say they decide to pressure the lane where Esmeralda is, then it could be tough here for Aura PH, because a lot of their mid-game capabilities are going to be stemming from how well that Esmeralda can farm up.
Yeah, but I do believe that this might be a BREN game, as they got what they need Especially, you got the Selena, you got the Claude. Everything is falling into the right pieces. And we've seen the BREN in a good shape with those hero. And this time around, it's Aura. They're fairly a bit new team in terms of the roster. While BREN, they have been there. They got the gold medal. You got the championship.
Yeah, it's the same roster.
Same roster again and again. But remember, both sides also are the dominant teams from both respective group stages, Group A and Group B. But this time, going back, Aura isn't the same as before. This is a different fire.
Yeah. Let's see if that fire is going to be enough to somehow shock everyone and go and secure a 2-0 victory over BREN Esports. View on that Selena has to be on point. The Abyssal Arrows with the flame shots.
So it's Esmeralda on the side lane in the hands of Benny Cutie. Early rotations from Flap TZ.
Well, Rebo getting pressured there by Kilowash. They're going to be trading it out. Both of them are actually going to have to go back or might consider going back, but they have the heals anyways. They have the regen, so they don't need to go back just yet. Again, Rebo just needs to play this right. Be patient. Hit that level 4 once he has Power of Chaos Darkening. Can really bully Lapu Lapu out of lane.
Yeah, and they got a good amount of information. Lusty needs to flicker out, force him out, as he's trying to deny the blue buff. But then again, it's Hades and Greed around the vicinity. Fuse arrow, not yet hitting anyone this early.
Yeah, and I like how Kilowash actually picked up the Tough Boots as the first item just to get some more magic defense so that Lunox won't be able to bully him as much. And of course, with Kilowash having Festival of Blood here, he'll be able to at some point sustain and then eventually maybe potentially burst down that Lunox before he can pop off the Power of Order Brilliance or before the Lunox can flicker away. That's going to be one of the key matchups to look for in this match, because if somehow Kilowash can stop the farm of that Lunox and pressure the lane of the Lunox, then it's going to be an easier time around for Aura PH, but that's already the Blazing Duet, winning by Carl TZ. Barely any damage this early on, probably just went there to zone out a little bit, clear up a little bit of minion wave that was there.
Getting early farms after clearing the jungle. And the power of this Claude in terms of farming, doesn't have the jungle emblem, but got the assassin one. More damage coming in from mid to late game if this Claude scales. And you got the burst from Hayabusa, but then again, Claude is one slippery hero. BMI provides also a lot in terms of damage and attack speed, consistently DPS after the burst from the ulti. Oh, Brilliance being burned Lusty around the river.
And that's a second gank attempt at the Lunox in the top lane, but against Kilowatt with the burst there. Lusty falling not quite low, but Few using the Abyssal Arrow to provide a little bit more space there for Lusty to get away. And so now these two teams just watching their lanes, sticking to their lanes, trying to get a few ganks here and there, but now they're both just playing it safe, not too aggressive. You're just right, it's a very balanced rotation from both of these two teams.
Yeah, they're taking it slow, not entirely overcommitting to anyone, but Tease Turtle will start the battle. JP.
Umbrella Flea going in, Raging Sandstorm, that's going to be first blood for Few, taking down that Lapu Lapu, but Claude Easy able to secure the turtle away from Aura PH. So BREN Esports have their objectives, but that's going to be Greed bursting down that Claude with a missiles, and that's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. JP Kilowatt going down for Aura. Meanwhile, Carl TZ and Lusty going down for BREN. Hades almost getting hit by an Abyssal Arrow and almost taking damage. The carry, the Hayabusa able to get away.
Oh, Flap TZ wanted to deny the blue buff, rotated. Instead of helping into the turtle, he rotated on denying the resources, and this will help BREN to roam around the map as JP will be limited in his own resources, not going to spam those skills, just going to stay for a bit into the mid lane.
And that's attack pause by these squads here, and gives them some time to just think to themselves what they ought to do, what they gotta do to take better control of this game right now. BREN Esports able to secure the first turtle of the game, but yeah, look at that. Aura PH is able to match them in terms of the rotation, able to match them in terms of trading really well around the map.
Yeah, they are taking advantage of their early prowess. Early power spike. I must say, you got the Lunox, you got the setup from the BREN squad himself, and the Jawhead. It's not paying a lot in terms of being prioritized. I'm not expecting that this Jawhead is as passive as how the arrows are aggressively hitting towards them.
Yeah, it's a safer rotation coming in from Greed, but again, he was able to secure that kill onto the Claude earlier, and again, just the right ejector at the right time can really change it around in favor of Aura PH. But I know, yeah, both teams are just really trying to feel out the map, trying to find one really good opening, and so far none of them are budging. Again, both of them are trading really well. What could be the difference maker here for BREN Esports is the fact that they have information provided by the traps of Fuse Selena, so they might be able to actually get that, and that is a replay. First blood secured by Selena.
Oh, the arrow from
Fuse connecting. Power Warrior Brilliance, but again, that was Turtle going to BREN Esports, so a very, very small victory there.
Oh, arrow. Oh, once again, Kagura catching. They are having a hard time with this rotation, and BREN putting a lot of pressure across the map. It's making this Claude Cartesi safe.
Yeah.
Just looking for the farm resources and go top to bottom, burns it all, goes back, looks for the target, and Few with the setup.
Oh,
and the arrow again.
Arrow landing by Few, and Benny Cutie can try everything he can, but he's just gonna get bursted down. Can't escape there, so that might be a small bit of opening there for BREN Esports to go for rotations, but Aura PH aren't giving them opportunities to land. That Greed going in with the ejector, flicker in, ejector, shut down onto the Selena. So again, Aura PH still trading blow for blow with BREN Esports, but that bottom lane turret is looking bad for Aura. They have to start trading for turrets this time instead of just kills. This opens up the turtle for BREN Esports. No retribution on the side of Aura PH. Hades way too far. That's going to be another turtle secured by Carlthisi, but Carlthisi taking a lot of damage right now. Lusty going real low, and Lusty going back to the base to respond. He goes down. Aura PH are still keeping up the momentum and keeping it close with their rotations, with their trading. But Carlthisi, PMIs away, and they have to start looking out for that Claude.
Oh, brilliant. Big pop off. Here comes the flicker, but unstoppable force in front of Greed. Rebo being thrown down. No backup. Few to assist, and that's another kill from BREN.
Miscalculation there by Greed, committing the unstoppable force onto that Lunox deep under tower, and Kilowatt somehow surviving this onslaught. But Flap and Carl gonna try to get in the TZ Brothers, TZ Nation, but here comes Hades. He's gonna come in the shadow kill. Look at the damage coming from the Hayabusa. That is gonna be a kill for the Lapu Lapu onto the Carl TZ Claude, and Flap TZ trying to sustain this, trying to survive with the Conrad Inferno. Flap gets taken out by the girl with the umbrella, JP, with the kill.
JP making up with the losses a while ago, responding even further. BREN overcommitted against that Lapu Lapu. We don't really want it to go up to with the prolonged team fights or skirmishes with Kilowatt, because the backup as well from Aura is pretty solid.
Yeah.
BREN, I mean, Lusty's tried to go in, but a bit of late response and entirely loses. BREN loses a lot there.
Yeah, that was a mix of bad timing for BREN and just great response and rotation from Hades. And this could be bad though for BREN. Look at that Rebo Infuse spots out the danger. 3 versus 2. They are not going to take any risks, and they're not going to take that fight. So now you're seeing here the rotation change for BREN. Lusty is sticking a little bit closer to Carl TZ now. Make sure that Marksman is safe. Make sure that Claude is safe. That is their best weapon here. And now we're getting close to the point where BREN could be an unstoppable juggernaut. Seeing as how, just as I say that, they get a kill on the Lunox. That's exactly what Hades needed.
And the bottom side being focused with that Esmeralda, but right now here comes the backup card TZ with the Blazing Duet looking out for that kill with a flame shot, but a secured kill from Carl TZ.
Yeah, in the middle lane now. 3 members of BREN by beautiful Abyssal Arrow from Few, but Greed able to use the ejector to keep the distance away from the others of BREN Esports, but this is going to be another turtle secured by BREN. And the gold lead is starting to get away from Aura PH. Carl TZ secures it. Kilowatt not able to steal it away. Carl TZ going after Kilowatt because the damage right now. The stun, he's going to be there, but he's going to be able to use the battle mirror image to get out. And now Carl TZ and the rest of BREN Esports going for a purple buff steal. Great use of the ejector to keep the purple away. The arrow landed though, and they were able to secure a kill onto JP. So still, despite Greed's attempts, they were able to get that purple buff away from Aura PH.
Oh no, they are having a hard time answering this few. They don't want to give him the Selena. And as much as they wanted to go in to protect the blue buff, they are paying a lot of price just for a single buff. And the arrow again hitting Green, raging Sandstorm on. Oh, the ultis that they can burn.
One of the conditions I said was that Few needed to land those abyssal arrows, but Hades seems to might. Oh, he is going to be able to get a kill there onto that Claude. And Few is doing just that, landing those arrows, landing those flame shots. You just saw him miss them though as Hades gets dived under tower, but here comes Rebo. Look at that, going back. The shadow kill of the clone, but it's not going to be enough. That is the Hayabusa going down. JP trying to burst down this Lunox. Power forward of Brilliance committed. Few almost hitting JP with Abyssal Arrow. Few and Rebo are going to be able to get away.
Good rotation coming in from BREN after taking the mid kills and even hurting the towers. They know that they can corner topside Hades, and Hades overcommitted on a single kill. Wasn't really able to bail himself out as quick as possible.
Now Aura PH though, I like how they're managing the map. Despite BREN Esports having a good lead, Aura PH still trying to push the side lanes, knowing that BREN Esports, once they have the information where BREN is.
Oh, Rebo.
Look at the burst coming from JP.
Oh,
Power forward of Brilliance committed. Here comes Greed though. Has the ejector ready. Can he reach the
Unstoppable
Rebo?
force.
Unstoppable force along with the ejector combo. But Few lands an abyssal arrow. Greed lands, walks right into it. Few missing the flame shot. Greed taking the damage. JP still alive, but JP will not be able to handle this enough. Here comes Benny Cutie though, stopping the entry of Carl TZ from the side. And BREN not going to be able to secure a kill there. That is not a trade. That's just a win for Aura PH. But this tower seems to be going to BREN's side as JP won't be able to hold on to this.
No backup coming in from Aura PH. Don't want to get closer as the arrow is a bit too much. But right now, blue buff being contested. Flop TZ. Here comes the Raging Sandstorm being missed. Greed looking for the target. Few throwing the arrow. Two-man setup from JP, but Kilowatt onto the side. Wasn't really able to catch anyone. Here comes the arrow from Few again. Not hitting any person, any members. It's the Blazing Duet, BMI, but Hades being hurt a lot. Shadow kill, quickly as possible. Here comes Benny Cutie, but then the arrow being dropped. Kilowatt should be the next casualty, but Greed, too greedy enough. Carl TZ bullet in the head, and the robot is going down.
Jawhead clipped right in the jaw, as that is another major objective for BREN Esports. They got all the turtles, and now they're gonna be getting this Lord unless JP somehow commits a steal. Look at that, Carl TZ completely brave, smelling blood there. JP using the flea, but that is a great trap and bait and switch by both of them. Carl TZ baiting out the presence of JP to try to fight and take him down, but then he uses the battle mirror image to get away. At the same time, JP uses the flea to try to get a kill onto Carl TZ. It was a great exchange, but in the end, Carl TZ and BREN, especially with the help of Few, win that fight.
The switching from BREN and the solid camaraderie that we've seen with the synergy. They know when to go in, when to swap out, but right now BREN hot on their heels, opening the base, breaking Sandstorm out, but Kilowatt being thrown in front of them. Everyone running low, no shadow kill yet. Here comes Hades. Here comes Falling Star Moon.
Benny Cutie though gets a kill onto one, but the rest of BREN Esports decide not to chase down that Esmeralda. Carl TZ breaking that turret. It's gonna be Hades getting caught out. He uses the weakest shadow kill, but that's not gonna be enough damage there. Hades gets bursted down, gets taken out, and it looks like we're gonna be seeing a game number 3 with a BREN Esports have already taken down 2 towers. One in the top, one in the mid, and it's just one remaining in the bottom lane for Aura PH. Flap looking to break that down. BREN Esports looking to break down this base and force a game number 3. It's not over just yet though, as Aura PH are holding on.
And this will be continuing the push from BREN, looking for more target. Greed will be the one who's going down. Kilowatt misses the spot. Kilowatt might pay the price. Here goes the Blazing Duet and more sands coming as JP will be the ones who's being buried along the sand. Benny Cutie trying to save Aura, but the fire is being extinguished slowly And BREN still going to respect. Aura going to back out. Might go for an insurance play.
Benny Cutie saving it for Aura PH. BREN could have ended it there. Benny Cutie acknowledging that members of BREN were low. I got my ultimate. I think I have enough items to steal all their shields. I do have the Feather of Heaven, Janet Talisman, Calamity Reaper, Holy Crystal. More than enough for Benny Cutie. And Benny Cutie might be the comeback spell here for Aura PH. But again, the damage output for Aura compared to the raw damage output of BREN Esports is just... It's close, but BREN Esports still has the advantage there. It's just a matter of, can JP stay alive? Can Benny Cutie land the Falling Star Moon? Katie's doing not that much damage now, but...
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see.
He just stands there, spamming emotes. He got the immortality. He knows that he's tanky. Hades not fairly putting a lot of damage against Flapteezy. They are activated. The off tanks are just looking for beefy targets. Endless battle for Flapteezy. Carteezy is here. He's going to steal the show. Arrow isn't going to hit. Kilowatch being played.
Oh,
and as we are also played with our feelings, we are seeing a pause for a bit.
Spall in a little bit of a middle of a clash there. I think there was an ongoing fight against one. But that is going to be a pause called out. Not sure who called out that pause, but we might be seeing it in a bit. Again, the story is BREN Esports in the lead here, and Aura PH looking to somehow recover, somehow turn this around. But it looks like BREN is just moments away. We're getting really close. Maybe one more Lord push to come in, and then they'll be able to end it there. Because it doesn't seem like
there's
RPH
no damage.
is one of those artillery. It's not an artillery type of lineup where they can just hold on and defend.
It's a fairly burst type. The wave clear is decent, but not for a 3 towers down.
Yeah, and the risk there is they have to get close to deal the burst.
Yes.
Which puts them in really bad, which could put them in a very delicate and bad situation.
And that's the reason why we are expecting a 1-1. Might as well someone who can shred the tanks, who can focus the back line. But then again, missing out, Hayabusa, they wanted to go in with that pick. Esmeralda, Betty Cutie got the shining moment, but it's a bit late, not threatening, and it's just again and again. BREN just outmaneuvering them with the Thams and even the Khalid going for big rage Sandstorm, and one who took the spotlight. Few with the abyssal arrows being dropped again and again. It has been a numerous time that they racked up kills.
And once again, the Abyssal Arrow lands there for Few onto Greed. But the damage coming out from Revo onto that Jawhead. Jawhead able to just eat that up. Not too badly there. And BREN Esports, they're going to be continuing this trend of just continuously just shoving out the waves until that Lord spawns in 45. That is going to be an enhanced Lord. And BREN's best ticket to finally end this game here. But then again, Aura PH, somehow, if they can, it might take a bit of a miracle, but they can still somehow defend this. But with a 9K gold lead for BREN Esports, he's way easier said than done.
Yeah, and still, right now, Carteezy farming still up, waiting for the Lord. 20 seconds. They're just keeping everyone at bay. No one's going out. Waves are ours. We're just going to stall you for a bit. Just want to make sure that we got the Lord in our side. Because if ever that they miss this play, they can be the ones who, Aura can be the ones who can finish this, can take the Lord, and change the tides of the game.
Let's see here, with the Lord already spawned, that's going to be a free meal ticket there for BREN Esports as Aura PH. Moving a little bit forward, they want to get information. Selena traps are there, Few and Lusty, great positioning, doesn't land on JP. Now that's going to be Aura PH getting a little bit closer. Lord might be reset here by BREN Esports, but BREN Esports are going to be taking this fight as Greed gets bursted down. That's going to be a lot of damage out of that claw coming out from JP Skagura, but just like that, just as I said it, Aura PH cannot contest that anymore. BREN Esports takes the Lord, and this could be the last stand and last defense of Aura PH in this game.
Right now, opening the base with the Lord into the mid lane. This is go time for BREN to end Aura, but then again, taking it slowly, methodical, calm, collected, and being safe.
Yeah,
as they're going to enter the base.
And this could be it. BREN Esports looking to end the game right now. And Lusty going forward with the Raging Shadow and Hades taking a lot of damage using the Shadow Kill. BREN Esports, they are dealing the damage and the members of Aura PH are going down. Double kill there for the time. And BREN Esports looking to end this now. Looking to force the game 3. Spam the stickers. Hit the base. Win game 2. Force game 3. It's BREN and Aura Fire. Aura PH, baby.
BREN coming back as expected. We also have someone who can just jump in with the Lapu Lapu and the show. There's so many things that you can mix up. Last pick for Aura PH. Who is it gonna be?
It's gonna be tough. Side lane secured. It could
Not
be.
sure.
Could be a
I'm not
carry.
sure
They're
if it's
gonna go Lancelot. Could be. Oh, there, Lancelot is the lock-in for Aura PH. Oh wow, interesting drafts from both ends. Both teams want to give it their all. This is the last game after all.
This is really looking good for both sides, but I need to ask you with this. Who's going to be the team? Who's your choice?
In all honesty, I really like what BREN Esports brought out here. Pairing up the Farsa, the Brody, and the Lo Yi. It's almost the same concept as the triple core that Aura brought out, but this time around they focused more on range and control so that the members of BREN Esports don't get close enough. Yes, they have that Yuzong, but the question is, will the rest of our PH be able to help out the Yuzong and get close? Lo Yi just needs to watch the placement of the rotation, and that could stop the momentum of Aura PH to go in. Another question though for BREN Esports though is, yes, I like the lineup overall. Team fight wise, I can see it working better than the BREN Esports lineup, but do they have enough pin down, lockdown to secure JP on that Harith, to secure kills on that Esmeralda? Benny Cutie's Esmeralda, JP's Harith could be the biggest X factors here for Aura PH, and if not contained by BREN Esports, it's gonna be what leads to Aura defeating BREN 2-1.
So many talking points from Reptar, but this is game time. Who is it gonna be for you guys? And BREN is looking strong with the draft, but I'll try to stick with the Aura. But once again, encountering technical issues.
Yeah, the thing I like about the Aura draft is exactly just what I mentioned earlier. The Harith and the Esmeralda picks. You really gotta shut down.
Really good start.
Really good start. You get some good control as well. So alternatively, it's the same thinking for BREN Esports. They don't have the same battlefield control as Aura PH does, but if BREN Esports, if Flap dives a little bit too early with that Lapu Lapu, if he gets caught out at the worst time possible and he gets zoned out from the rest of his team, Aura PH might punish that instead. This for BREN Esports, yes, the Brody, the Farsa, the Lo Yi, expect them to do what they need to do.
Yes.
But I feel like Lusty and Flap easy. If it's Benny Cutie and JP as the X factors of Aura PH, it's Flap Easy and Lusty as the X factors here for BREN Esports.
But once again, Esmeralda from Benny Cutie, we've seen this guy trying to save the boat, but then again, Flap Easy on that Lapu Lapu. Right now. Greed still, this Jawhead isn't really as aggressive as someone who wanted to go for a reset of buffs against the Brody. And knowing that the Brody doesn't have someone who's a bodyguard, as the Cho also move onto the bottom side.
It's gonna be a big ticking time bomb here though for Aura PH that they're up against, because there's a lot of carries on the side of BREN Esports.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of carries in Aura PH.
There's all
Someone
damage
that we
galore.
haven't discussed that much was that Hades' Lancelot. If he can just weave through all the damage, then it should be good going for Aura PH. As Greed going for the information play, just trying to disrupt Brody's farm. Taking a lot of damage.
A bit too late. When Killua saw Cho, he should be rotating as early as he can to place to be safe in a ward. But then again, he waited, and when Lusty got back to protect, oh, the third Jit Kundo of the Flicker secures a kill against Kilowash.
That Yuzong going down. Benicute. JP gonna be cutting the lanes here of BREN Esports. That's a Harith and Esmeralda combo in the early game. Yeah, they won't mind diving in that deep against a Lapu Lapu and against a Low Yi.
And right now, BREN are the ones who's being aggressive. This Cho is roaming around the map looking for Greed. And to no avail. Greed is having a hard time answering BREN. This is the same as Game 2. And that's the reason why I don't wanted the Jawhead in the hands of Aura.
And then at the same time here, BREN Esports has that diversion with Loyi, with Few to just reach the backline of Aura PH. But then, yeah, again, they're not a backline heavy combo, but that's going to be a heavy damage being dished out there by Hades and Greed. Forcing Lusty back, and Cho has to go home to regen.
Lack of damage yet, but Card's easy. He knows. Greed on cooldown. Here comes Yu. Jumped in onto the side. The ejector and Thorn Rose. Zaman Force being committed as well.
Yep, and this is a problem for BREN Esports. As they want to contest this turtle, here comes Kilowatt using that green dragon form to space out the members there. That is going to be the
at the tip.
Barca taking out that Harith. 1-for-1 trade in that small exchange, make it 2-for-1 soon enough, as that's Aura securing a kill there onto that Joe Lusty. But here comes Flapteezy from behind, dealing the damage with the burst, forcing Kilowatt and Greed back. That is a stalemate Mexican standoff by that turtle pit.
Flapteezy popping off his Impacto, destroying Aura PH, and they need to go back. They need to go for a hard reset just to make sure that this turtle can go into their own favor. But then again, BREN, with the re-engage, with the damage, it was enough. You might be on a bad position, but they were able to save it. Diversion. You tried, but then again, they're not going in. They just wanted to stall the game. They just want to farm safely. And Reed right now will be late in discovering that the turtle is already in the hands of BREN.
The reason why Aura PH can't engage so much is that Hades and JP are both purple buff focused heroes, but Aura decides to give it on to JP's Harith instead. Of course, gonna be much stronger output there, but that means that Hades won't be able to just... He's gonna be more timing dependent on when he uses Thorn Rose, the Phantom Execution, because his cooldown won't be as fast as having that purple buff again because it's with JP.
Yeah, and I didn't really expect that this Harith is a bit, he's not as someone who pops off around level 4 and looking for the kills. And knowing that you have a Jawhead for big setups, you are really having a hard time. You are not maximizing this guy, this robot, with the ejector. I don't see any flicker ejector just to finish with a Torn Rose plus a Zaman Force. So we are missing a lot. Yes.
Oh, there's the flicker ejector as well as the unstoppable force. Benicute and Green are going to spot out Rebo. Barca trying to run away from that. Gets taken out. Lusty and Rebo are down, but Hades gets taken out in another part of the map as BREN Esports traded into the bottom lane. They're trying to get Kilowatt down, but the state of the Yuzong way too much. The torn apart memory, not enough to burst down that Yuzong, and Yuzong gets away, but that is a turret secured by BREN Esports at the bottom lane.
But you can see the potential that they can just easily pop off any tanks at this point of the game. Aura, still a bit of slow. Yes, they were able to go for a big ejector into the flicker and even the unstoppable force. But then again, it wasn't Benicute. You are not going for a momentum of JP or Lancelot. You are giving an advantage to Benicute?
Yeah, that is way too deep there for Greed's Jawhead. They got a little bit too greedy. If that Farsa moved just a little bit more forward, maybe then that would be the best time to secure it. But of course, Wings by Wings, committed by Rebo, I think it was the flicker, really put that unstoppable force endpoint in such a bad spot there for Greed. Good response by Flapteezy to deal the damage and burst him down. Now this lower. This turtle is gonna get contested. Either or could get it. Who gets the Zaman Force committed? Unstoppable Force as well. I'm not sure who got it, but that's gonna be taken by Few and Low Yi. But now Aura PH gets triple killed by the Rebo Farsa, that's a maniac! Can it be a savage? Can that Farsa somehow secure it? But Rebo does not have the Feathered Airstrike, doesn't have the tools. But you know what? A maniac is more than not bad. A maniac is a maniac. What a play there in a miscalculation by Aura PH, just standing together, eating up the brunt of the Feathered Airstrike. Falling Star move, created by Benny Cutie, but the knock up by Lusty. The way of the dragon by Lusty. Onto the Jawhead of Greed. Onto the... Yeah, Jawhead of Greed, that's right. And now BREN Esports are looking to ride this momentum.
No.
Look at the damage from this Farsa.
Zaman
Force committed. Falling Star Moon as well, or the damage as well from Aura PA. It's not going to be enough to respond to that. And BREN Esports, their map control, their battlefield control, burst type lineup is working well against Aura PA's lineup.
They are the ones who's looking the fights, and Greed with the Jawhead being punished again and again, as Lusty's Cho is the one who's giving big amount of setups for the squad of BREN. And right now, Benny Cutie just facing off against Rebo, but Rebo with the wings by wings going to be safe. Not. I also commend Rebo with his Feathered Airstrike.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot.
And again, that's the problem of the lineup of Aura PH. Yeah, they're mobile. Yeah, they have shields, but they have so much to avoid.
Yes.
In a team fight battlefield that has a rotation, that has Feathered Airstrikes raining down, that has the Crow of Farsa potentially could be brought out defensively.
It's a zoning game.
Yeah, it's a zoning game for
you
BREN
drop
Esports.
You drop the Feathered Airstrike, you drop Louis' skills. Everything is there. You can see everyone are close to each other, catching all the damage. And I am not well convinced as how Hades play as Lancelot. We've talked about this also, that yes, he was on a on game 1 as a Lancelot, but then again, he's not dodging a lot of key skills, and he's been dying a lot.
Yeah,
you being focused.
Huge ejector. Here comes Kilowatt with the Black Dragon form, trying to buy more time for Aura PH to potentially steal this turtle away, but that is Rebo unstoppable on that Farsa. Flap TZ going 2-on-1, take it 3-on-1 against Benny Cutie, Kilowatt and Creed. Flap in a bad spot, but Flap is going to be able to get away with that with the slight mobility that Lapu Lapu has, and the lifesteal as well. Aura PH, they are still close in this game though. The gold is close, turrets are quite even. So it's not a big considerable lead here by BREN Esports, but again, they are having such a hard time getting to that Farsa, the biggest damage dealer here for BREN Esports. Look at that, Aura PH trying to get close, but they get knocked back and pushed back. The frontliners of BREN, all they gotta do is just stun, hold on, sustain, while the backline just rains down hell from all directions.
2 bodyguards, you got the Lapu Lapu and Cho in before you can reach the last part, the last boss, which is Farsa's, Rebo's Farsa. And in before also you can reach him, you are catching a lot of Feathered Airstrike.
Yeah.
And I believe Aura is giving a different focus. They missed a lot of timings on the early game with JP's Hearth. At the same time, Hades not having free kills. It has been BREN who's getting good setups again and again. Jawhead, Greed, a bit of a lackluster right now.
Yeah, Benny Cutie though, definitely online with 3 items in Enchanted Talisman, Calamity Reaper, the Holy Crystal as well. And this battle just about to get built up there by Hades. So he already has the Heptasis and the Raptor Mechanic as well. So they're just waiting for the 3 core items, and Aura PH, that would be their best window. Start fighting, taking team fights. Benny Cutie's gonna be a little hard to take down again, but again, the question will be, is Aura PH, can they get to the back line? Can they burst down Rebo? Rebo, if they can't burst it down, they have to worry about Carl TZ potentially just free hitting them. And then where are they standing? Are they standing on a rotation? Then you're going to get dispersion, combo, and everything's going to hurt. But here comes Greed using that to push through the wall, and Few gets bursted down by Aura PH. Rebo used the Feathered Airstrike already, but here comes Esports for the change from Benny Cutie and Kilowatt wrapping around straight to Croft Easy. The knockup is there. Croft Easy's taking a lot of damage. He's immobilized. Benny Cutie, look at him go online. There's going to be 2 members of BREN Esports down. 2-for-1 trade. Hades is down, but JP finds Flap TZ and gets smacked in the face with a big sword. But Flap is the only one standing now for BREN Esports, and Aura PH might have found just a small win that can turn into a big victory. They can take down Flap.
Ejector.
Ejector, forward, Benny Cutie dealing the damage, just eating up the shields of Flapteezy. Flapteezy will not be able to secure a kill on the green. Flapteezy buying time. Flapteezy holding on. Flapteezy dealing the damage. Flapteezy still alive. And Flapteezy finally taken down by Yuzhong.
But good amount of timing. He was able to stop any chance of Aura to push or to even take a Lord. Right now, the diversion from Few puts him in a good spot to teleport and wave clear.
Yeah, they couldn't convert into anything.
Yes, I mean after that, after all of those exchange, they didn't any. They don't have any of those chances to move further or even to push the bottom or mid.
Yeah.
It has been BREN who's taking the objective every time someone's going down in the hands of Aura.
Now Aura dispersion onto
diversion.
the backlane push. Let's see how BREN Esports are going to play this. They don't commit that diversion.
They
there.
are
Aura
baiting.
PH still have positioning over the Lord. The Lord gets reset though, so this is going to be a fight taken by Aura PH. Kilowatt are going to dive into the backline there.
Oh!
Green takes down that
Revo
Farso.
down.
BREN Esports losing their members one by one. Aura PH are still fighting out, but look at that. They can't reach the backline. That's a lot of damage, a lot of zoning, a lot of burst coming in from BREN Esports as Aura PH cannot make this a considerable victory into a big win. They are continuing that Lord, but they are forced to reset it, I think. But Esmeralda still there holding on. They're going to be forced to reset this eventually as Flapteezy, Lusty are there nearby. Few nearby there as well. Retribution still up for BREN as Carlteezy hasn't been taken down just yet. Below that, JP, the burst damage onto the Harith. Harith able to get away. Who's going to take this Lord? It could determine the winner of this game. It gets reset. The burst from the Lapu Lapu. Flapteezy flickering forward. Taking out the Harith. That's a killing spree. 1-for-1 trade. The fight isn't over. Few holding on. Few somehow still alive after all of this. And they're still fighting over the Lord here. When are they going to reset? When are they going to go for lanes here? We don't know. All the action is here right now. But finally, they feel it. It's taking way too long here. Let's try to find objectives elsewhere.
Yes, and Aura PH fell short once again. No trade-off. Yes, they got the kills, but they held a bit onto the Lord again and again. They are trying to fight under the Lord and missing all around, but here comes Feathered Airstrike from Revo. Cartesian with the damage. Greed onto the side. Lusty waiting for the setup, but Benny Cutie on the brush. Here comes the kick. Here comes the damage. Phantom execution as Few will be the one who's going down, but here comes Flapu Lapu with the Flapteezy setup. We are looking with the Feathered Airstrike. There you go. Roll hell breaks loose as Ren is taking the game.
That is a considerable, huge team fight victory for BREN Esports. Bravest fighter, raging slash, everything committed by Flapteezy on that Lapu Lapu to secure the burst damage, to secure the stuns, and to supplement and set up the Farsa Feathered Airstrike of Rebo. Look at that play by
the setup
Flap.
right there, Flapu Lapu. And he was amazing. He played it really well. At that point, it was a losing team fight for the side of BREN. He saved it. He destroyed them, demolished them completely. And at that point, Aura exchanged the table. Okay, Lusty.
Let's see how Aura PH are going to play this out. Can they hold on? Can they keep this up? Still close in gold. Turrets, BREN is in the lead. But they have to be careful. Too much distance, too much burst, and too much zone from BREN Esports that Aura PH have to pick their fights wisely.
Yes,
Tournament life. Semi-finals or bust.
Diversion.
Who moves forward? Diversion. Beautiful pick up there by BREN Esports. Picks off Hades, but Hades forces the Phantom Execution, gets bursted down by the Brody. There's a big damage dealer out from Aura PH, and BREN Esports might have just smelled blood, might have just smelled advancing into the semi-finals here. No retribution for Aura PH up right now. Hades is down, and that is going to be a free Lord for BREN Esports.
BREN starting things off. Once again, the Lord and the diversion from Few. That Lu Yi playing really well. That fifth slot that surprised us. Surprised Aura PH catching Hades and going back. This is a 4-7-6 Hades, who's missing a lot of chance to escape. Yes, the Torn goes into the Phantom Execution, even the Puncture, but it was Baptiste who's ready. He goes for a flicker and then goes for the bad boy sword right there. It has been BREN surprising us with those cheeky plays, and the Lord marching in onto the top as BREN is focusing onto the mid lane.
BREN smells victory, smelling the semifinals as Aura PH trying to hold on. Eats a full rotation, dispersion as well. Lord marching down the top lane, that's gonna be the kill watch. Black Dragon form commit, and then look at that. Aura just diving straight into the backline of BREN Esports to keep that tower alive. Aura PH able to take down the Lord. They've done their job, they did what they needed to do, was to provide space to take down that Lord. But
oh,
Lusty,
and the Dragon!
the Dragon to the kill watch. Green jumping way too deep into the backline here. Aura PH
Feathered airstrike.
Feathered airstrike, but that's gonna be a kill for Benny QT onto the low Yi. JP dancing around, trying to take down Rebo. Hades way deep into the backline of BREN Esports. Doesn't have the cooldowns, he needs the ability. Thorn throws to avoid damage.
No.
Flap Daisy can get a double kill. Flap Daisy avoiding, or JP avoiding the damage that Flap was able to dish out there. Only 2 turns remaining here for Aura PH. BREN Esports, ever since that big win in mid, where they were able to secure more kills for Rebo's Farsa. Ever since Flapteezy opened that up for that Farsa in mid, BREN Esports has been in control, BREN Esports has been in the lead, and it seems like Aura PH is really just playing turtle right now. Can they defend and can they turn it around? Will the Aura Fire of Philippines glow brighter? Or will this be it for Aura as Creed takes a lot of damage to stun the way the Dragon Lusty feathered airstrike by Rebo.
And they are going in as Killwash goes for the Black Dragon form. Zaman Force being invested in JP trying to dash in and out, but he is going to be down and out as Flapteezy is focusing him. This may be the tower into the mid lane, looking low in bottom tower, and right now Rebo clearing the wave. They want this, they are knocking into the doors of heaven. Here comes Carteezy just bantering all around this. Brody's working well, plus Flapteezy, the TZ brothers, the TZ duo, and the whole squad of BREN is going to open the base. This might be it.
And look at that, the knockup once again, Lusty!
Oh,
with the
no!
wave, the Dragon up to Kilowatt, and Kilowatt trying to get away from this, out of the Yuzong down.
Flapteezy!
And BREN Esports are going for it. BREN Esports trying to end it.
Base!
The first damage, way too much. The marks, torn apart memory, feathered airstrike, and BREN Esports have wiped out Aura PH. Greed, last man standing. No minion waves for BREN. Greed is trying to buy time. Desperately trying to hold on, trying to survive. Mega kill for Flapteezy, and that is it. BREN Esports advance to the semifinals. Aura Fire, BREN lang malakas, says BREN. BREN only strong. BREN semifinals.
Oh my goodness, it was there again. Aura PH being extinguished with the BREN only